G'day YouTube, Turbo Tristan here again, and you would have seen the last video, which was getting the car painted. It turned out quite powdery. I haven't cleaned the car since. Obviously I've let the car sit for a few days, just let the paint harden. And today it's time to get down to the actual hard work. It's just like welders say, you're only as good as your grinder. Well, with painting in a backyard, in a carport, you're only as good as your sandpaper and your buffing skills. So I don't have either of those, so this is going to be a real test, but we're going to go ahead and start with sanding the car down. What I've got to use today has all come from Complete Auto Paints in Springvale again. Jesse, thanks very much for the hookup there. I'm going to be using 2,000, 2,500 and 3,000 sandpaper. I've got my big bucket of soapy water, warm because that's how I roll. I've got a couple of buffing pads, so I've got a more firm pad and a softer pad. I'm going to try and do everything, all the hard work with the sandpaper first, get rid of any high spots, any dull patches, and just polish it with sandpaper. And then I'm going to try and get away with just using the raw 620 fine grade cutting compound and buffing it with the soft foam pad. So I really hope that I can get away with that. If not, I do have the hardcore one, which is the extreme cut. The guys down at Complete Auto Paints really recommended this brand to use, so I trust their knowledge, so I'm going to give that a crack if I need to, along with the hard buffing pad. So we'll see how we go. I've also managed to hire a buffer. This one's got the adjustable speeds. You can buy these down at Complete Auto Paints as well, so we'll test that out. I've gone ahead and I've put everything back together. The reason I've done that is because in my mind I'll have something that I can steady all the panels and steady everything together, but also I'm going to mask off around the headlights with some tape so I don't damage those. Those are brand new. And I'm also going to go ahead and mask off around the tail lights, and then I'll take the masking tape off when I'm giving it a polish, so I'll polish those lights as well. The reason why I put the car back together is because I don't want to go over the corners or the edges with the buffer, because the buffing compound or the sanding straight on those edges is just going to wear straight through the paint. So that'll keep me sanding flat, and it will keep the buffing wheel from rolling over on those edges. So trying to do a YouTube channel next door neighbour wants to mow their lawn. I'll get into it. Okay guys, so I've just finished 2,000, 2,500 and 3,000 sandpapering on the bonnet. I was really itching to give that buffing machine a crack, so I pulled that out, broke the nozzle on the cutting compound, turned the boost up too much on the old wrist and just snapped that off. So I was just blobbing cutting compound all over the place. It's flicked all over me. That's standard, but it came out really, really well on camera. It doesn't actually look very good in real life. So I haven't finished it. I'm going to go back over this with probably 2,500 and 3,000 again, and then buff it again. I just wanted to practice. I probably didn't spend long enough doing it all, but you can see it's going to look really good, but there's a lot of dull patches still here. You can even see, I don't know if this is going to pick it up, but there's some really fine scratches just here. So I don't know whether that was me sanding the car or what, but it looks terrible. It looks like 20-year-old black paint, and it's only been 3 days, so I'm gonna have to work hard to get those out. I was really, really concerned that I didn't put enough paint on the bonnet and I was going to burn through the paint when I was sanding or when I was buffing, but so far it looks pretty good. This bit right along the front edge looks nice, so the whole car should turn out well. At the end of the day, this is just something that I wanted to do and have a go at myself. It's not a show car. It is meant to be a fast car, so it doesn't need to look pretty at the end of the day, but I did want to make it look nice on the drive-by, on the flyby, so we'll keep up with it. I don't have the money yet to do the turbo and engine swap, and the car's not registered, so I may as well do my very best to make it look nice. So that's what I'm doing here. It's gonna look nice, I'm confident. There's two big blobs where paint splattered right there. I tried everything I could to file those down, but they happened to be right in the middle of the bonnet of all places. They couldn't have been on a corner or an edge. No, right in the middle. Thanks for that, but hey, it's my fault. That's just one part, which I still haven't finished, and I've got a whole car to do. Why did I even start this? I should have just left it as it was and just made it go fast, but no. Wanted to be a hard parker, wanted to be a poser. Now look at me. More sanding.